The CEO transition is over. What do you make of the CFO transition now about a year and a half, a little bit more than that, into Elliot Hill's tenure?
Well, actually, Katie, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. Normally, we'll see a CFO transition occur within months of a new CEO joining. And I think it's good timing, even though I've said that they should have done it sooner, doing it now works well. And when I look at Dave Denton's background, what really interests me most is the work that Pfizer's done in AI native transformation. If Nike's really going to make a difference and in their numbers and be able to report to the street, much better results, they're going to be doing it through the results that they get from really doing agentic automation, automating workflows, driving higher efficiencies. And I've seen that happen at Pfizer. Lydia, their head of digital transformation, is amazing. Supposedly, they've done close to $5 billion in efficiency improvement as a result of AI transformation.
Yeah, so it's interesting here to hear your focus on AI. You think about this specific appointment here. We were talking about the unusual background going from Pfizer to Nike. Do you think that there was necessarily enough focus on that AI piece?
I don't know if it's there, but when I looked at the placement, when I looked at the transition and Dave's background, that's what really interested me, because the CFO is extremely closely aligned with the CTO and the Chief Digital and Transformation Officer in these AI native transformations. And much of that transformation has to occur in finance. We're seeing companies replacing entire FP&A organizations. GE Vernova has taken out significant cost out of their finance group. So has many other companies. United Healthcare has also made major impact, and so has Pfizer. So I would expect to see some of that occur at Nike.
I am curious, when we start to talk about this idea of kind of the CEO transition being over, and I also am curious, does that then put more pressure on Elliot Hill? I mean, the idea that whatever grace period honeymoon there would have been where he could have pointed to, well, I haven't got all my people in place yet, that's not necessarily the fallback anymore. Now it is just about the execution?
Absolutely. It's all about execution. It's definitely in proof mode. And he's got to start showing some major impact soon, or else he gets under fire. And we start thinking about what's the succession plan going forward at Nike. And what normally happens is we'll see a CEO, if they're under pressure and things aren't working, they make changes at the executive level, and they start to do it beyond the CFO. So if we don't see performance improving, we're going to see more executive change. And if we don't see performance improving today, boards are asking their CEOs, what are you doing with AI? Where are you starting to get real return on investment with AI? And when I take a look at Nike, they're really just at the beginning. They've cut about 1,400 tech jobs. That's a good sign. But what else are they going to do? What else are they going to be able to do to actually improve performance as a result of AI native transformation?
I am curious, Jeff, when we start to talk about sort of how much of a runway new CEOs get, this isn't necessarily just specific to Elliot Hill, but you've obviously helped to place quite a few over the years. How long do investors typically give before they want to see the actual results of whatever was promised, or at least whatever they've been demanding? Are we just talking, a couple years or 5 years? I mean, is there sort of a general time frame that we should be looking to?
It used to be probably 3 to 5 years a CEO was given, and then it collapsed to maybe 3. I think that investors are putting more pressure to see CEOs starting to do things now. And that means, in the world of AI, everything's happening at a much faster pace. 3 years of innovation is now happening in 1 quarter. So we're seeing a rate of change that we've never seen before. I would say that Elliot probably only has another year to turn the company around before they're going to start thinking about a new CEO.
Interesting. Certainly, it does feel like the timelines have been compressed here. And with that in mind, Jeff, so okay, maybe a year. With that in mind, do you think that there's more turnover to come when it comes to the rest of the C-suite? We're talking about the CFO, for example. Do you think Elliot Hill, has more to go when it comes to maybe refreshing some of those seats?
Absolutely. Well, I was looking at their leadership team, and they got rid of Alan John, who was only there about a year, who was ahead of all their AI transformation. And now it's under their chief operating officer. So my guess is that we're going to see more change. We're going to see more change on the commercial side, and we're going to see more change from an operations perspective. They still need a chief digital and transformation officer or CAIO, somebody that's going to really drive the kind of numbers that they need to put up.